At the end of the first season of Naruto, he left the village with Jiraiya in order to train. Well, 2.5 years have passed and everyone is older now. Konohamaru became a genin and he was doing a cat rescue mission and he succeeded in it and he delivered the cat to her owner in Tsunade's office, and then we cut to Naruto and the pervy sage entering through the village gates. Of course, Naruto, being Naruto, went on top of a pole and shouted that he's back. Sakura and Team Konohamaru found out from the gate guards that Naruto is back, so they hurried to say hi to him. Thankfully, Naruto, being an idiot, pointed how short she is getting a well-deserved punch, and Sakura said that he didn't change one bit. She also pointed out that she has been training for Tsunade. Afterwards they went to meet Tsunade. Shikamaru and Temari went in and welcomed Naruto back. Then Naruto sensed Kakashi by the window and said hi, giving him a very Jiraiya gift. A makeout tactics. Tsunade wanted to see how strong Naruto and Sakura became by challenging Kakashi after Naruto rests. Shikamaru told Naruto that they are doing a Chunin exam in the Hidden Sands. Want to join or not, since you are the only genin? Naruto was shocked and asked if Sakura became a Chunin, to which Shikamaru replied that they all became Chunin except Naruto, plus Kankuro and Neji are Jonin and Gaara is the Kazekage. At the same time, Jiraiya was with Kakashi, warning him about the Akatsuki and that they are targeting the Kyuubi in Naruto, and not just him but every single Jinchuriki. They Jinchuriki are people with tailed beasts in them like Gaara and Naruto. At the same time, Gaara was holding a meeting with the Hidden Sands Jonin, and one of them named Yora pointed out that the Akatsuki are made of 10 extremely dangerous members, and for that I tightened the security so they can fend off any attack from the Akatsuki on the Hidden Sands. But when Yora left the meeting he got nauseous for no reason. Then we cut off to 2 members of the Akatsuki going to the Hidden Sands. One is Sasori, the other is Deidara, who were after Shikaka, which is sealed inside of Gaara. They killed many ninjas and Yora came to them. Sasori asked if Yora remembered him, to which he replied yes, and let them in. Then Deidara created a big bird using a clay he formed in his hand and said, "I'll attack from above." Now we go back to Naruto and Sakura waiting for the always late Kakashi in their old training grounds. Reminiscing about the past, feeling sad that Sasuke is no longer there. Kakashi came and said that he'll do the same old bell test. If you can take these 2 bells Befra tomorrow you win, before revealing his Sharingan. Thus Nade, Shizune, and Jiraiya were watching the test. Well, it's a sight to behold. Naruto started it out with a shuriken attack which Kakashi dodged and did back. Naruto used a clone to dodge the shuriken before turning it into a big shuriken. Kakashi quickly graped him from behind to find out that it's a clone, and Naruto is actually behind him pinning him with a kunai, so they were all impressed by Naruto's move. Naruto pinned a clone and Kakashi was actually hiding. They searched around them for no use, so Sakura thought that he might be underground. And she smashed the ground with her fist using insane force, and she was correct. Jiraiya was shocked and said that we have a Tsunade in the making. We cut briefly Aro Deidara blowing few sand ninjas to attract Gaara. Naruto tried to fight Kakashi with taijutsu but wasn't successful, and Sakura had even worse luck, so Naruto tried to outnumber Kakashi, but that only showed us just how strong the copy ninja is and his ability to copy even taijutsu, suing Lee's signature move. Again Naruto tried to outnumber Kakashi, but Kakashi destroyed most of the copies. Then Sakura smashed the ground again. The night came and Kakashi disappeared, and using Genjutsu they made him see a half-dead Sasuke, but Sakura saw through it and dispelled the Genjutsu. Then Naruto used the Rasengan on a tree that Kakashi was hiding behind. Kakashi easily dodged it and left 2 fake veils as a bait, and Naruto tried to catch them only to be hanged by the foot. Kakashi said, "You're still easy to fool," only to find out that it was a clone and get hit by Naruto from behind, except that Kakashi used substitution jutsu. Again we cut to Deidara's attack on the sand, where he meets Gaara, who says, "You are not going to take one more step in this village." So Deidara used his bird to move away from Gaara, who sent his sand at top speed to chase Deidara everywhere until Deidara stopped, so Gaara went airborne too using his sand. Then he used a sand tsunami before using Shikaku's arm to attack Deidara, who responded by molding explosives as birds and throwing them on Shikaku's arm and on Gaara, who sealed himself in a sand ball before using the sand prison to capture Deidara, who had other plans and blew a hole to escape before riding another bird. Then the sand kept chasing him until it caught his arm. Deidara used an explosive centipede which didn't do anything before Gaara used sand coffin to cutting his arm off. Everyone in the village was watching the fight, rooting for Gaara. Then the sand ninja started securing the village so they'll fend off any one of the Akatsuki. So Deidara made a clay doll and threw it on the village before announcing to Gaara that it's a C3 bomb, which made a very huge explosion. Thankfully Gaara didn't let it hit the village using a giant sand shield. Naruto and Sakura were still facing Kakashi, who did the fireball jutsu seals in super speed before attacking the 2 of them, who dodged it quickly before Kakashi came from underground and burying Naruto, who was actually a clone. Then Kakashi used water technique, Water Deegan, to attack those 2 using large quantities of water, so Naruto and Sakura hid behind a tree resting. Same for Kakashi, who couldn't believe how strong they became. Then Naruto told Sakura that Kakashi has high specs, he's smarter than Shikamaru and has a nose stronger than Kiba and has a Sharingan stronger than Sasuke's and is better in taijutsu than Lee. So Sakura said of course he has a weakness. Naruto paused thinking and said he has one. He loves makeout stories and I brought him one yesterday and that's his weakness. Naruto and Sakura attacked Kakashi, so Naruto said to Kakashi that he'll spoil the story on him, so Kakashi closed his eyes and shut his ears to not get the events spoiled, which made it easy for them to take the bells. Kakashi admitted defeat. Tsunade came and announced that Naruto and Sakura are going to be with Kakashi in his team, but not as a teacher and students. You are a 3-man official team. Afterwards they left and Jiraiya caught Kakashi and told him that the Akatsuki have surfaced, so he'll leave Naruto with him to go gather information. Afterwards Naruto and Iruka had ramen while chatting together. Back to Gaara, who was exhausted from protecting the village. Deidara attacked him with an explosive bird, but Gaara's self-defense saved him easily. But when Gaara was inside the shield, explosive bugs drilled their way in and Deidara explained that he mixed his explosives with Gaara's sands when he crushed his arm without Gaara noticing, and now I'll blow you up, which he did, beating Gaara, that used his last power to stop the sand from crushing anything or anyone in the village. So Baki, who was his old instructor, ordered the sand ninja to attack Deidara to protect Gaara, who started using explosive arrows to take Deidara down, who evaded them easily before taking the wounded Gaara. Now mission accomplished. Kankara started chasing him but couldn't get there in time. Now Deidara reached Sasori at the village gate and the left together, leaving a trail of corpses with explosive papers for Kankuro to find, but Kankuro wasn't weak enough to die from that. Kankuro told Baki that he'll go alone after Gaara before tracking their footprints. We again cut to Naruto, who is now home for the first time in 2.5 years and found it dusty before holding his Team 7 picture and promised to get Sasuke back one day. When morning came, a bird named Takamaru came to Konoha holding a letter from the Sand Village which had information about everything that happened the night before. Temari woke up saying goodbye to Shikamaru before leaving Konoha to the hidden sand. At the same time Team Kakashi went to Tsunade to get a mission, so she gave them a small mission to guard a cargo convoy which Naruto disliked and asked for a big mission. While they were talking, a woman went to Tsunade with the Sans letter. So after Tsunade read the message and found that the Akatsuki took Gaara, she told Kakashi that the hidden Sans is asking for help and I only have your team available, so take them and help the hidden Sans to get Gaara back. At the same time Kankuro reached Sasori and Deidara and took out his 3 dolls. Karasu, Kurawari, and Sanchu. Sasori told Deidara to go ahead with Gaara. Kankuro tried to stop him, but Sasori caught Karasu with his tail, letting Deidara leave. Sasori said to Kankuro that he is his opponent. Kankuro started his doll show by surrounding Sasori, using Karasu to attack him with kunai, which Sasori blocks with his tail before being flung in the air, then trapped in Kurawari. Then Karasu turned into blades which stabbed him in Kurawari, but when he opened Kurawari he found a sand clone instead of Sasori, who appeared behind him. Then Sasori attacked him again using smoke bombs and poison, but Sasori easily dodged everything and Kankuro was confused about how Sasori didn't get injured at all. Then Sasori attacked with his tail, but Kankuro blocked it using Sanchu. Then Sasori attacked again and broke a part of Sanchu. Then he hit Kankuro, injuring his chest before easily breaking all of Kankuro's dolls. Then Kankuro was shocked about how he knew the dolls' weaknesses. Then Sasori answered him saying that he is the one who designed all these dolls. I am the one who invented all the Sand Red Scorpions dolls and left the village 20 years ago. Kankuro fell whole. Sasori was talking, then Sasori revealed that his tail is coated in poison and that Kankuro is going to die. Kankuro, refusing to give up, moved one of the blades, cutting a small part of Sasori's chin. Still Sasori said, I won't kill you cause you are dying in 3 days anyway. Before leaving, Naruto, Sakura and Kaxi were prepared to leave to the hidden sand. Jiraiya came and gave Naruto an advice: think straight when fighting the Akatsuki, before asking Kakashi to take care of Naruto. Afterwards those 3 left. With this part 1 is over. If you like the content, make sure to raise that like button and subscribes if you want to be updated on our content. I'm going to do arc by arc from Naruto. In between, wait for the awesome Demon Slayer and let's see what happened in the manga with the strongest slayer ever, Ultimate Kippatsuji Mazan.